Hello, my name is Frank Peters, and I'm speaking today with Dr. Jim Armitage about his essay in the book The Big Casino. Welcome, Dr. Armitage. It's a pleasure to be speaking with you in the next couple of minutes.
Thank you, Frank. It's a pleasure to be here.
In your essay, you also speak about how the treatment of lymphomas has evolved over the years. Can you tell us a little bit on how that has been during your career so far?
It's a big topic.
Yes, I know.
But lymphomas have gone from diseases that we knew we could treat when I was in medical school and cure sometimes, to diseases that we, in almost everybody, treat effectively today, and with many kinds, cure the majority of patients. And there have been a lot of advances, but perhaps the biggest is understanding the biology of the disease. So we know that where we thought there was one disease, there were actually many.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very difficult to advance treatments in any disease if you aren't really talking about patients that are biologically similar. Treatments work for a specific reason, and for the treatment to work requires the patient to have that target in their tumor. And so that means you have to be able to divide patients up into like groups. And lymphomas now have really divided up into lots of different categories, but it's made it possible for us to develop treatments for those patients. And as I said, for many of the common lymphomas today, essentially everybody benefits from therapy.
That must be very rewarding, I guess, and very inspiring.
It's fun. It makes it's fun when you meet somebody to be able to confidently tell them you're going to help them.
Yeah.
And of two of the three most common lymphomas, the majority of patients today are going to be cured, get over the disease, not die of it.
Wow, that's great. That's really great. It brings me actually to the title of the essay. You named it "I Work for You." Can you tell us a bit about what you mean with that and how you practice that in your conversations with patients?
It's almost a trivial point. I mean, physicians, in fact, work for patients. When I meet a new patient, and in my case, almost always, that patient knows they have one of these diseases. Not always. Sometimes people are suspicious of it, but the great majority of the time, the patient comes to me because they've been diagnosed with a lymphoma. And I have learned to start out the conversation with them by saying something like, I'm smart enough to know who works for whom here. That is me for you. And I want to do what you want. And I'm more likely to do that if I know what it is. And then I sit and talk to the patient about what their expectations are. But as I said, it's a trivial point. It shouldn't be complicated. That our job is to help the patient and to help them carry out their goals.